Hi, this is chapter 15 of ATI's Law and Ethics Liquidation. I'm going to break this down into two short videos so I'm able to upload it a little bit better. As we saw from the PowerPoint presentation, administration really is a last chance of survival for a company, whereas liquidation, the process of liquidation, brings about the end of life for a company. So the company will cease to exist and all the powers will be transferred from the directors to the liquidator. The whole purpose of liquidation is to resolve the company's affairs, pay the debts, and distribute any surplus, if there is any, to the shareholders. Okay, so compulsory, there are two separate categories of liquidation, compulsory and voluntary. This video is going to focus on compulsory. Compulsory is court-ordered winding up of a company. So the court will appoint a liquidator and an order for the company to wind up. Okay, so that is court-ordered. The court appoints a liquidator and orders the compulsory winding up of a company. Okay, the court will grant an order for compulsory winding up if it is satisfied that, well, in a few circumstances. First of all, that the company has passed a special resolution to wind up the company, that it is a public company with a statement of capital holdings, that it has not been issued its trading certificate since it's been incorporated. So remember, they have 12 months in order to get that trading certificate. If they haven't got it, they must be wound up. Also, if a company hasn't traded in 12 months from incorporation, it must be wound up. Also, if a company has ceased to trading in the last 12 months, it must be wound up. Also, if the number of members falls below the statutory minimum, must be wound up. There are two other ones that really most companies fall foul of, which is the company is unable to pay its debts and it is just and equitable for the court to order compulsory winding up of the company. So when the court will consider a company is unable to pay its debts if a creditor has served them with a demand for payment of above 750 quid and it has not been paid in 3 weeks. Okay, so over 750 quid and you still haven't paid it in 3 weeks. The court considers you unable to pay your debts. Also, if a certificate of unenforceability has been issued against the company. So with personal debts, what you get issued is a CCJ, essentially, which is a judgment against you in the court. For companies, it's a CJO, and that's if they have a debt of over £5,000. And also, of course, if your assets fall below your liabilities. Okay? Now, the court will find it just and equitable to order a company compulsory winding up in the circumstances that there is a deadlock in corporate management, that the company cannot achieve its objectives, that the company is an instrument of fraud, or that it has fraudulent or illegal objections, and also in some instances to protect the minority of shareholders. Okay? The minority shareholders, sorry. Now, how do you actually wind up a company? How do you do that? Well, you have to send a petition to the High Court, and I wonder which branch. Remember, the High Court has 3 branches, so I want you to find out what branch it is, okay? Now, this can be brought by the company itself, by a director of the company, or by a creditor of the company. So the petition to the High Court, okay? Now, that petition must be served on the company before it is presented to the High Court. It must be advertised in a local newspaper, so something like the Belfast Telegraph. Okay. Now, in circumstances where the court does grant an order and a liquidator is appointed, they will take over control of the company, and the company must inform the Registrar of Companies within 15 days that the court has made the order, within 15 days. Okay? So that is compulsory winding up, court-ordered compulsory winding up. I'm going to do another video for voluntary winding up.